Welcome back, fellow mobile gaming fanatics. MyTyme here, back with another episode, and in today's video we're going to be looking at that car you must upgrade first in your garage, along with the finals of those MG Metro rewards. Okay, so they will be coming up at the end of the video. Now for now I'm going to talk about the epic car which you must be upgrading in your garage. Now just a disclaimer, I am looking at an RQ26 car today. Now it doesn't have to be RQ26. Obviously if you have an RQ23, RQ24 and that's all you've got, it might be a little bit different for you, but you are going to get more value long term out of the RQ26 cars than the RQ23 because they do take the same amount of resources to upgrade. They cost exactly the same to get maxed out, but generally the 26 cars are going to be better stats overall, but that's for a different video. So today what are we looking at? I am going to tell you the car that you should be upgrading first, okay? And I'm going to click on my Lancer Evo just for an example here. Now this is the car that I didn't upgrade first, but I think it was the second car I maxed out, and here's why. Now you may not have this car, so you may say, well MyTyme, how can I max this car out if I don't have it? The actual car isn't what you should be maxing out first, okay? That's not what I'm giving you. I'm going to give you the formula that I use to work out which car is the most important or one of the most important in your garage, and that is going to differ from person to person, but you can use this formula to work out for yourself. So what is the formula? It's very simple. I take the number of races that I have used a car, and in example here 2031, divide it by the number of days you've owned, and I call that the usage value. So the higher this usage value, the better. So in the example of this Evo 10, it has a usage value of 5.05, which means in simplistic terms I use this car 5 times a day since I have had it. Now yes, there are going to be periods where I haven't used a car because it wasn't upgraded or I just got it, hadn't invested in it, but it is a basic formula. Now I can come and compare that, for example, with this Mazda Furai, a car that I've had for longer. You will see here it's 470 days ish. Okay, sorry, 431 days. So I've had it for longer. I've had 1498 races. Now again, this car statistics have been skewed slightly because this used to be a performance tyre car. This used to be the holy grail of cars. Everyone wanted this car. Then in previous updates it got changed to slick tyres to kind of make it not such a powerful car and make it so you can't use it in the rain anymore. Because you used to be able to take this car to any twisty circuit within reason, and even if it was rain it didn't matter because it has such great handling, good 0 to 60. You could just take this car. Look how light it is, 629, and it was destroying stuff. So they changed that. It's not as usable as it used to be, but still, the Furai, what score do I get off of it? With the Furai, I actually end up with a 3.48 usage value. So as a guide, if a car has a value of 3+, I would say it is a car that you should consider investing resources in because it's clearly a car that you use. Now I can compare that with, for example, this Porsche 911 GT3 RS. Okay, yes, I have upgraded it fractionally. I've invested $25,000 to put it up to 1 star, everything without an actual physical car upgrade into it. So I've not used any of my ultra rares yet, but I got this car, was happy to get it, thought yes, I've got a really good car. 304 days I've had this car, 128 times I have used it. And that gives it a usage value of 0.42. Now although it's locked, this now tells me that no matter what I think about this car, I just haven't found a use for it. Whether I've not found use for it in the game or I've got other cars I've been using instead, there is no point me investing in this car at the moment. If I am struggling for fuse material, this is a car I should be fusing. It might be different on your account depending what cars you have got. I will give you another example, okay? I will come across here and they're next to each other, so it's pretty handy. The SLR McLaren Roadster. Now we look at this car, again another car I've had for a reasonable amount of time, you know, 407 days, 724 races. This gives me a usage value of 1.78. Again, although I have been investing in the car, I stopped And the reason why I stopped is because I found that I was upgrading the car and not using it as much as I thought I would. So I was actually then able to go out and finish off this Evo because I got a lot more usage from it. I went across the same thing here with this Cadillac. I had the Cadillac, 477 days. I sat on this for months. I never used it. I didn't realise how good the car was. Then I started to use it in a few rainy events and American events, and suddenly I realised that for a car which wasn't really upgraded, I was using it quite a lot. So I fully upgraded it, its usage went up, and as a result it now has a usage value of 3.2, a very key car in my garage. So anyone can do that. Any person out there can pick a car and find out, with my easy method there, easy equation, you can find out your usage value. I said a good guide is around 3. Anything above 3 is a car that you should consider investing in. Now there is a second part to the checklist, especially if you're starting out on a car. So let's just say you've got 2 cars and you've got them in close succession and you want to work on one of them. So I use a checklist. I use 1, I check the versatility of a car, and 2, I check the origin of a car. So if we compare the 2, let's go over my checklist first of all with the Lancer. So the versatility of the car, we'll go into a bit more detail here. It has medium clearance. That means the car can be used in city streets generally. Okay, that is what I'm looking for. Medium and above means a car can be used in city streets without being penalised at the ramps. So it has that usage value. Now traction control, ABS, great. Peak power and stuff, not amazing. It's got a saloon tag. Okay, good, fine, but that isn't something that I necessarily look at. Motorsport street racer, 2 extra tags, handy to have in a car. It gives it a bit more versatility, more areas you can use it. But what really sets this car out is not just the medium clearance, it has 4-wheel drive along with that, so it means it isn't hindered as much in rain. I can take it to wet tracks, I can take it to some dirt tracks if I'm stuck. It can be a car I can use on dirt. Along with that, it has 97 handling. Yes, it might have been upgraded the bad way. Okay, again, I don't proclaim to be great at this game, and it's only in the recent months that I have got a little bit better. But some of these changes were made a while ago, and yeah, I'd already invested in the car before then, realising, oh, maybe I should have done it this way. But still, handling and decent 0 to 60. So it's not going to be a drag car because it doesn't have good top speed, it doesn't have great MRA, but it's great for twisty circuits, for city streets, for wet weather. If you're stuck and you don't have a really good standardised car, you can use it. Now this car falls into that versatile category because I can use it in many places, and I have been using it in many places. Then on top of that, when I check its origin, it's a Japanese car, and aside from US and German events, Japanese is the next most popular, I would say. Italian and French events seem to be down the rank with their frequency, and now the British, well, you know, the Great Expedition, should we say, events are going to probably push their way up as the weeks and months go on. But Japanese was kind of fairly useful. Mitsubishi's a half decent brand. There's quite a few cars in it. They do Mitsubishi events. If I have to compare this to say the Aerial Atom from GB, they're not going to do an Aerial Atom event because it's very specialist. So even if you get one of those cars to focus in it, it might not be the best start. US, German, Japanese, good cars. Now maybe the British cars as well. Italian and French, not that you shouldn't focus on them. I just find you're going to find the car isn't going to be as useful as the former countries, my opinion. Now if I compare that to this SLR, let's look at its versatility. Well, first of all, low ground clearance. I already know that's cutting out the city streets. Now, has decent peak power, decent peak torque, so that would indicate it's probably got a better MRA. We look at the top speed, 0 to 60, so okay, this looks like it could be a drag car. Now it's not fully maxed out, so I do have to appreciate that. You have to factor that into the stats. Weight 1700, quite heavy Handling 89, not maxed out. I think maxed out you can get it to 94, but even then it's not great handling. It's heavy. It's not really going to be a car using slalom in twisty circuits. Now yes, you can use it as a drag car. You can use it as a drag car, you can use it in test bowls, but that side, rear wheel drive, not great for the rain. It's just got performance tyres. Yeah, you look at it and you say, you know what does it bring to the table really? What does it bring to the table? No tags. It's a hard car. If you invest all your resources in this car to begin with, I don't think it has the versatility to be used in multiple. It is kind of a specialist car. Then when you look at the origin, now Mercedes, not so bad, because Mercedes is German and this just happens to be a British version of the car, so you can use this car in Mercedes events but not in German events. The Great British Tag has improved now thanks to the recent updates, so as again said, things will start to change, it will be a transition, but in the past British events were here and there but they weren't really focused on, and a lot of them tended to focus around the Fords, etc. So there was some dirt tracks and that, and this car just doesn't excel there. So for me, personal experience from playing on my account, it made more sense for me to upgrade the Evo than it did the McLaren, and by upgrading the Evo I will do better in more events, allowing me to get more resources, potentially pull more cars, and obviously progress my account further. So that's what I found. Now you may find it different. I need to come through and do my another video which addresses the state of my garage. So I apologise if it hurt your eyes, if you saw some of those cars and were thinking what butchering had I been doing. I'm going to work on that. But with all that said, number of races divided by days owned will give you a usage value. Take that usage value, decide then which car is working for you. Obviously if you only had a car 30, 40, 50 days, it's going to be a bit difficult, but even if you've had it that long and you find yourself you've been using it 100, 120, 130 times, it's going to be a very good indication that you should be upgrading that car, because once it's upgraded you will probably then use it more, it will win more, it will do more for you. Okay, so with all that said, I'm now going to segue out into my video of the rewards. Thank you. If you've enjoyed this video, please just remember to subscribe, like, let me know if you want to see more videos like this. I will try and pull them out. But those rewards from the other day, let's see what I got. Don't forget to tell me what you got as well in the comments below. Thank you very much for watching. Okay, so now it's time for me to collect those MG final rewards. If you click on the events, I know I have finished in the top 10. I mean, it was almost it was probably impossible for me coming into the last day to drop out. Yes, some people had improved their cars and I don't know where I finished, probably 4th or 5th I'm going to guess. Some of the people who were easy to beat in the beginning became a bit more difficult. You can see the super rare scramble one. I didn't really play this because of the MG event. I realised that I was missing a few key cars to do well in it, so I didn't bother to focus on it. I left it and instead focused on the MG. Again with the daily event, this was just for the farm. What am I hoping to get in that pack? Well, it's a carbon fibre, so I can't complain, and I have the event card. Now I didn't have to spend any gold in the event, I didn't have to buy any tokens, and I only upgraded one car, one node. So here we go, the plus 500 confirms it was tier 1. Oh, we ended up 3rd, so even better. So we get that 600 gold, 400 cash, and more importantly the MG Metro. So I'm hoping the MG Metro comes up as my 5th card, so then I know I've got a card which is above it in the rank. But let's see. So first of all, tier 1 carbon fibre, we have Aston Martin V8 Volante. This is actually a pretty decent car with its top speed and 0 to 60. If you haven't got one, I recommend keeping it and building it. It's good for test bowls and mile drags. Volkswagen, nope, no interest in you. And Dodge Ram 1st gen. If you haven't got one, keep it. Very good off-roader for low RQ. But here is the meat and potatoes of it. So, super rare, BMW 520D Touring. Think I've already got one. don't need another one. Next. Oh, so close to being it. So close. Ah, Volkswagen Phaeton. Oh, I've had one of these before, and I think I fused it at that time. I don't know if I want to put in all the materials required to make this 3-star. I don't think I want to be putting in my my ultra rares at the moment, so probably not going to be building that. And then the MG Metro, that's what we were after. So let's take that. Let's come. Oh no, we can't. We've got the X Factor as well. Oh yes, the Jaguar event which was on. Again, I played this on the side just when I was logging on, and whatever we get in here is just bonus. Let's just see if we can get a C car. That's what we're looking for. C car for Fuse. That's a good car. And again, no Maserati Mistral. Okay, all done. So they were the rewards.